Hello, YouTube world. I want to introduce you to my parents, Seth and Sophie.
Well, my name's Seth Riley. This is my wife Sophie Riley, and we're here at the farm fair and the Northside of Los Rios Rancho. Our roles here are I'm the manager of the north side, and Sophie runs the farm stand tent. We both work mostly at the U-Pick, but we also help handle the farm fair and the food activities here.
My name's Sophie, and we also have help manage the farm stand and the store. We sell gift items, run all our U-Pick through there as well, as long as the farm fair activities, and pretty much work together.
So the north side of the ranch here we've always had open since the 70s for U-Picking, and we've picked about 35 different varieties of apples. More recently, last year, we opened up this craft area for kids. We call it the farm fair. We do old-time craft activities such as candle dipping, toy making, tinsmithing, chores, hay rides. We do old-fashioned tomahawk throwing, and it's just a way for us to do what we've always done, which through our historical tours. We've always done living history tours for kids, for school groups, and last year with COVID happening, a lot of the schools couldn't come, so we decided to open this up to the public. It's an outdoor activity where you can spread out a little bit. We were able to open it up to the public.
And we also have our pumpkin patch and corn maze. We've also added U-Press cider up here as well, so you can make your own gallon of cider. We also do U-Pick on raspberries and strawberries, and for the first time this year we're doing U-Pick tomatoes as well. So lots of different fruits and veggies to pick. We're
picking all different kinds of apples right now. We just finished up with our Gravenstein. We're moving on to Honeycrisp.
So Seth and I actually met about 10, 11 years ago, and my first job here was actually as a horse-drawn wagon driver. So I started out driving the teams of horses, and we met and we got married a few years later, so we just had our 8-year wedding anniversary, and we have 2 kids, Beatrice and Wade, and they're about to turn 7 and 4, so growing fast, and they're always running around on the farm with us behind the scenes. So yeah, so I usually come in during the season and help with setup and sales throughout the season, and then the rest of the year I go to homeschooling and housekeeping. So that's kind of my role here currently.
So my role here changes depending on the time of the year. In the off season I do mostly construction and labor type work where we're prepping for all of our temporary locations for the season, building fences, showing horses, maintenance type work, and then during the season I'm handling a lot of the hiring, and I manage the north side, so I hire about 45 people to help us during our season. After the fire last year, we were questioning whether or not we were supposed to be here. We were basically given our answer the day after the fire when we had 200 volunteers show up, and we've basically recognized that we have had an impact up here since we've been here since 1978. Our family's had an impact here, and just all of the help that we received from the people around us and the grace of God is why we're here, and that's why we're going to do our best to rebuild the farm as much as we can and continue doing what we're doing. Luckily, we're pretty good at working with nothing. We've done that since the 70s down at Riley's farm when we had an old barn that was worn out and we had to rebuild the whole thing. We did that essentially when we got here, when a lot of the apple trees were being pulled out. We had to replant a lot, and so we're pretty good at working out of tents and temporary structures and sheds. So we're hoping to be here as long as possible, and we're hoping that we're able to continue rebuilding. But even if we're not able to rebuild, we're hoping that we'll still be able to function here and do our living history and play our music and let people come up and enjoy picking their own fruit.
Yeah, I think what you touched on is a big part of it is the community for us, and realizing that we're a part of a large community up here, and we have important roles in taking care of each other, and it's amazing with God's help seeing each other grow and to prosper, and having all of our children up here, getting to play and, you know, work with each other, and so we hope to be here for a very, very long time and have the opportunity to stay.
We're going to take you around and show you some of the activities that we have going on. When you first pull in our entrance, you're going to see our old U-pick shed where we started in the 70s picking fruit. We've got about 35 varieties here on the farm that we pick from, and they used to have a guy in a quad who would run around and correct people when they were stealing apples or, you know, things like that. But then they have one person here at the register. Now it takes about 45 of us to run it, and we'll take you on over to our farm stand here in a second and show you where we work out of now.
So here we have our farm stand. We sell most of our U-pick fruit through this tent here. We also have gift items, kids' toys. We have about 20 different varieties of jams and jellies and about 25 different kinds of candy, so lots of tasty stuff. We also sell our sweet cider through here as well as our hard cider. Who's coming?
Yeah.
Oh, everybody.
So we're standing at our Steak Shack barbecue. We do tri-tip barbecue here, so they do slow roasted tri-tip. It takes them about 3 hours to cook it. We do sandwiches. They just have small things here like chips and coleslaw and specialty sodas. We always had a barbecue across the street on the south side that we was getting overrun throughout the last couple of seasons, where the line would be wrapping out into the parking lot. So we decided to expand our barbecues a little bit, and we have some up here on the north side. We've got picnic tables and umbrellas. It's a nice little pleasant spot here.
Jump! Woohoo!
So right now we're at our ticket booth. This is where you can purchase tickets for our farm fair area. So all the activities like candle making, tinsmithing, as well as U-press cider and our wagon rides that take you around the farm and give you a nice tour through all the orchards. So right now we're standing in our corn maze. It takes about 35 to 40 minutes to get through it, so bring water and a hat.
Closed-toed shoes.
Closed-toed shoes for sure. But it's really fun. Seth here actually cuts the pattern himself every year.
We cut the pattern by hand every year, and then we collect up a bunch of the corn stalks that are left over, and we sell them in front of our tent store. There's a 4-digit combination number that you have to find within the maze to get out of the locked door at the end, and the whole maze is fenced off. So it's actually quite a challenge. It's a fun time, and but it's not for the faint of heart. So come ready with water and closed-toed shoes and ready to for the challenge. Thank you for joining us and letting us tell you a little bit about what we're doing up here at the north side of Los Rios Rancho for the farm fair, U-pick, the food. We hope you'll come and join us during apple season, and we'll be here through Thanksgiving. So we hope you come and join us soon. Thanks.